Okay, great. So it is 6:44 p.m. We have a quorum, so I'm going to call the December full board meeting to order, and I'm going to turn it over to our secretary, Emma Smith, and I will have her start with attendance.
Thank you so much, Valerie. Hi, everyone. Good evening. Let's begin. Susanna Aaron. Thank you. William Benesh is absent with notification. Keen Berger. Carter Booth.
Present online there shortly.
Thanks, Carter. I'll keep an eye out. Katie Bordenaro. Anita Brandt is absent with notification. Amy Brenna. Okay, I think she'll be joining us soon. Rich Cacapolo. Ritu Chatri. Thank you. Nina Chen.
I'm online.
Thanks, Nina. Valerie De La Rosa. Chris Dignas. Arturo Fernandez.
Present online.
Thank you. Mar Fitzgerald. Stella Fitzgerald is absent with notification. Cormac Flynn is absent with notification. Susan Gammy. David Gruber. Okay. JJ Herrera is absent with notification. DJ Jane. Juliet Kay. Susan Kent. Ryder Kessler. Janine Kiley. Patricia Laria. Janet Liff. Benjamin Listman. Ed Ma. Thank you. I'll keep an eye out. Paul McDade. Thank you. Erica Olson. Donna Raftery. Lois Rakoff. Bo Riccobono is absent with notification. That's because I knew you were here. Brian Pape. Thank you. Sean Ryan. Rocio Sands. Shirley Secunda. Eddie Siegel. Frederica Siegel. Not yet, okay. Emma Smith here. Dr. Shirley Smith. Chenault Spence. Maybe a little late. Sean Sweeney. Monica Weiss is absent with notification. Susan Wittenberg. Anthony Wong. Eugene Yu. Thank you, and we do indeed have quorum. Thank you, Amy. Got you.
Great. Thank you so much, Emma. So now we are going to go to our public session. So I'm going to turn it over to our first vice chair, Eugene Yu, to run the public session.
Thank you, Valerie. I will start the public session. Reminder, all speakers will have 2 minutes to speak. I will start with people that are online, people that are in person in the room. So first we have Janine Kiley here to speak about 2026 Hope.
Yeah, 2026 Hope Night. Every January, New York City counts the homeless, and they need people to volunteer. I've done it 3 times. I'll have Mark send around the link. This year, it is on Tuesday, January 7th. For the village, you typically meet at PS 41. You show up around 10:30, 11. You do not start until midnight, and I've done it 3 times. The one time I finished at 4 in the morning. The other 2 times I did it at 2 in the morning. It's a lot of walking. So if you have a big event at work the next day, you might not want to sign up, but if you can manage a 2 a.m. time slot, I really would encourage it. You go out in groups of 4 to 5, and you're given a route, and you have to follow that route explicitly. You need to talk to every single person you see on the street, even if you are outside a bar and they're leaving the bar and you know they're not homeless. You have to talk to them. There's decoys out there to make sure that it's done properly, and it's very easy. Other than the middle of the night aspect, you dress warm, and I encourage everyone who is able to participate in this. Thank you.
Lois, if we could get you a microphone, can we get Lois a microphone? We have one right there. Yeah,
All right.
Thanks.
It's 2026. It's Tuesday, January 27th.
The 27th.
Yes, I'm on the
Oh,
website.
Okay, wait. Let's
And if there's
clarify the dates.
Yeah.
Did you say January 7th at PS 41, or
No,
did you say
it's
January?
January 27 in the year 26. And
Thank
it's
you.
a Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. I'll send around the link. You sign up online and you get a free t-shirt. Makes nice pajamas when you get home at 2:30 in the morning.
I did it too.
Yes,
It's very,
so-
very gratifying. And
Yes.
thank you for the
Okay.
announcement.
All right, great. Thank you, Janine. Next, we have David Siffert, here to speak about Neighbors United for Immigrant Safety.
Hi, everybody. There's this coalition called Neighbors United for Immigrant Safety. It started with some of the uptown indivisibles and has sort of been working its way around the city. Village Independent Democrats has been going around in the West Village doing these canvases. We go door to door to every single business in the neighborhood, basically to tell them their rights and tell them what to do in the event of an ICE raid. And so the idea is to get our communities prepared for when ICE shows up. And so our businesses are ready, their employees are ready, they know how to protect themselves and their employees. It's really, really rewarding. Everybody's basically excited to see you, really happy to learn this stuff. It's stuff that they don't know. Janine has been super active and involved in this and has been great. Keen is bringing this to the Lower East Side. Any of you who are interested in getting involved, if you want to do it in the West Village, you can come to me. If you want to do it in your community that's not the West Village, you can also come to me and I can help set you up with materials and training and all that. So my name is David Siffert. My email is just my last name, siffert@gmail.com. You can reach out to me or you can come up to me at any point in or after the meeting.
Thank you. I think we have a question. Right.
Just to add on to that, VID has been doing great outreach to local businesses. If anyone wants to join a signal group for this hands-off ICE, organizing especially to get alerts when ICE is out in the community so that we can go and put our bodies between targeted folks and the law enforcement goons. I'm the administrator of the signal group for Downtown West for hands-off ICE. So anyone who wants to join and to be in that signal group, let me know. I can also connect you with David about the VID outreach if you're interested.
All right. Thank you, Ryder. Anyone else with questions, comments? Okay. Let me move on to the Zoom. We have one person signed up, James Sherry, here to speak about 302 Bowery. Oh, actually, you're in the room. Okay, all right.
So it was a bit of a surprise for me because I didn't know that a decision had been made to award a liquor license to the 302 Bowery Hyperactive Games Initiative until I got here tonight. So what I have to say may not be as relevant, but I guess I do have a question. I appreciate the chance to talk to you. The tenants at 300 Bowery, next door to this hyperactive games organization, have noticed an important discrepancy between the filings with the city by the hyperactive games group, between the liquor license filed with SLA and the permit for changes to the 302 Bowery landmark through LPC. And that's why I came to this collective meeting so that the coordination would be apparent. The hyperactive permit shows a rear deck that was not in the diagram submitted to the SLA. And it includes rear yard decks in paragraph 4, and you can see that at the end of what I just handed out to you is the permit for LPC. The rear yard deck does not appear on the drawings submitted, and this deck causes additional concerns for us at 300 that people will be congregating on this deck to drink and smoke in the courtyard, where not only we 3 families at 300 Bowery, but about 20 other families on the Bowery Elizabeth block have windows and bedrooms on the courtyard. These backyard decks were discussed at the SLA meeting for other applications, and all of those applications were rejected. We wonder if the SLA panel had heard that there was such a deck being built, whether this decision would have been made. Our letter to the full board notes additional issues of fire hazard, locked doors, and actions against the public interest that we hope will be noticed, although I don't know
If you could wrap it up,
what it
please.
means that this is already in writing. Thank you.
Okay. Any questions or comments from anyone? No? Okay. If there is anyone else that either did not sign up online or in person, you could raise your hand. I could call on you for the public session. Is there anyone from the public on the, I actually can't see the public panel on the Zoom. So if someone could just let me know if anyone, okay, great, thank you. All right, well, with that, we'll conclude the public session. Hand it back over to Valerie.
Thank you so much, Eugene. So next, is there we have the adoption of the agenda. Is there a motion to adopt the agenda? So we have a first by Ryder Kesslers, who I heard, and a second by Lois Rakoff. Thank you so much. All those in favor? Aye, thanks. The agenda is approved. Adopted. So next we'll go to reports to the public. So we have our elected official reports. So are there any representatives from elected officials in the room? I ask you to come up here to the microphone, and thank you. That would be great.
Hi, I'm Caroline Wexelbaum from State Senator Brad Hoylman Siegel's office. And I think our top line update is this will be our last full board as state senator. So I haven't always been covering CB2, but I have been covering community boards since I arrived in 2017, so this is a big moment for me also. Very sad. But we'll be back as borough president next year. So we're very excited. I just wanted to thank everyone so much for being wonderful partners and for being so welcoming, in particular to me. It's been great working with CB2. This is a really amazing, committed group of people. So I've been grateful for this opportunity to work with you. Just a quick update from this week. The governor signaled that she is supportive of medical aid in dying, which is a huge win. So it's not signed yet, but her support was essential, and that happened yesterday. So I will leave it at that. We have a report as always, and I'm happy to take any questions.
Any questions from board members online or in the room? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We look
Take
forward to working
care.
with you in a different capacity.
Me too.
Yeah.
Thank you. Happy holidays.
Thanks.
Hi, happy holidays, everybody. I'm still in shock that another year has gone by, but I just want to say how thankful I am to work with everybody at Community Board too. And it's been a good year, so thank you very much. Just some quick updates. We've had a lot. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm Nicole Barth. I'm from Council Member Eric Botcher's office. Sorry. We had caroling last night. It was fantastic. We participated in a toy drive also for Holy Apostles Church. Just a massive, massive amount of toys. And today was the last time we were able to transfer everything over there. And it was just a great scene. Some legislation that actually is happening right now, Intro 1233, which requires planters with trees and vegetation between protected bike lanes. The stated is still going on right now. It is going to be a very long day for the people down at City Hall. Keeping our fingers crossed that that's going to be a big win. Also, the council member introduced the shared housing legislation, trying to take a major step towards more affordable housing and shared housing to make it easier for people to find permanent housing. Also, I don't know if anybody saw the updates, but we just planted our 1,000th tree. When Councilmember Botcher came in 4 years ago, he promised he was going to do 1,000 trees in his first 4 years, and it happened last Monday on an especially cold day on 24th and 11th. We were freezing, but also very happy, and now he is committed to another 1,000 trees in the next 4 years. And I think really that's all I have for you all tonight. Any questions?
I have one question.
Hello,
Did
Valerie.
Did they end up posting the agenda for the stated meeting? Because as of 2:30, when the presser was going on, there was no agenda, and I understand what the stated meeting is, which is.
We were just talking about
Okay.
that, and they said they didn't put it out till like 5 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so a
Okay.
little bit late, and
Okay.
that's why everybody is still there. And there was an expectation, a lot of things were canceled, there was an expectation of a very late night.
Okay. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Hi, everybody. This is Connor from Councilmember Christopher Marte's office. Happy holidays. I'm a little taller. Okay. So the Councilmember Marte's been making his usual rounds, doing turkey and chicken giveaways for Thanksgiving, participating in gift drives for children throughout the district. So that's been really fun. And of course, Community Board 2's holiday party, which was great as always. I'm being serious. In terms of legislation, yeah, this long night tonight, but at some point today, Councilmember Marte introduced a package of bills with Councilmember Lynn Schulman to ban no pet clauses in leases. Currently, landlords can bet pets in buildings, which is one of the leading reasons we face overcrowding in our shelters, in our animal shelters, because many pet owners are forced to give up their animals. So it's kind of a nonsense thing, a nonsense right and policy that's implemented, especially for animals that pose no threat to anybody. So the bills would prohibit landlords from having blanket no pet policies in subsidized and unsubsidized housing, so across the board. So that's very exciting. Can also report that just additionally, whilst a lot is still being determined as stated, one bill that did not make it onto the agenda was the Airbnb bill, Intro 948. So we're excited that it wasn't able to pass. The council member was in opposition. It would have made it a lot easier, bless you, to host short-term rental services like Airbnb instead of providing more permanent housing in those locations. So excited that that would have to be reintroduced next year. And then just in terms of budget, participatory budgeting collection idea, the idea period is over. And so we're just compiling those and drafting them into proposals for the agencies to receive feedback. And lastly, the discretionary funding application process starts in January. So we're just prepping for organizations to start submitting their applications. Any questions?
Any questions? Can we get Susan Gammy a microphone?
Quick question, Connor.
Yeah.
The proposed pet legislation, which is fantastic, is there really an appetite for that within the city council, do you think? Are you optimistic about it? I know
I
you
think
can't
so.
really,
Yeah.
so it's not a binary answer.
No, but I think it's like pretty uncontroversial. I don't know why someone would be pro banning pets. But you know, it's like, it's something that I think it's just so it's like abused today, and you know, there's ways to like, you know, ensure safety and things like that in housing without just blanket banning pets. So yeah, we haven't heard of any right now, but
Great.
we just have to wait.
I'm happy to hear that. Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
no problem.
Thank you.
Thank you, and happy New Year.
Hi, everyone. My name is Monica from newly elected Councilmember Epstein's office. This is my first time at CB2 full board. Thank you. I've had the pleasure of meeting a lot of you either in committee meetings or service cabinet or other West Village organizations or the clubs or the campaign. So I already feel very comfortable here and I'm very excited to be a part of this board and represent the office. I don't have as meaty of an update as the offices from Councilmember Marte and Councilmember Botcher's teams, but we have been in council since December 4th. It's been a very eventful 2 weeks. What I can speak about is the legislation that we are co-sponsoring. The council member is going to get his committee assignments in January, mid to late January, so we'll have more of a focus then. But for now, I can speak about the bills that we are currently co-sponsoring, one of them being Intro 276, which provides expanded protections for Uber and Lyft drivers, as well as Intro 1396, which requires business license enforcement from the DCWP, as well as Intro 431, which we are co-sponsoring, which is a street vending reform, expanding licenses, and COPA we are co-sponsoring, which I know has been a little bit controversial in the council, just allowing, it's Intro 902, about giving nonprofits the ability to purchase properties that are going on auction. And I will have longer updates in the future. We've been engaging in community events per usual. He was the assembly member, so nothing new. He's out and about in the community, and he's very excited to adopt a new neighborhood, and a new part of the district. So happy holidays. I'm really excited to be here, and I'm happy to take any questions.
Rocio?
I just want to say, it's not a question, but I want to make a comment. The COPA 902 is the worst thing that one can do for real estate and for property owners of New York. We have a right to sell to whoever we want. It's the Constitution allows this. So COPA hopefully will be reversed because this is very bad. Just think about it. Who you're going to hurt and who will be the ones that are going to be buying these buildings, people that have a lot of violations. So.
Yeah, I'm happy to elevate this to our legislative director.
I think they were voting on it today.
I don't think that's true.
Okay. Yes.
Thank you. Is there, and then who do we have? Oh, hi, Andrew. I just saw you. Welcome. Hi.
Yes, I had another community board meeting. So it's 3 community boards tonight, all in Lower Manhattan. But hi, Andrew here from the Manhattan Borough President's Office. So this was announced at our Manhattan Borough Board meeting this morning. We released a sequel Housing Manhattanites report. So if you all remember, in 2023, we released a report regarding sites where you could potentially build housing from affordable to market rate housing. So our sequel report came out this morning, and we identified at least 34 new sites which could be developed into housing. So please check it out on our website, manhattanbp.nyc.gov, in the initiatives section, Housing Manhattanites 2025. Secondly, for those, I believe I mentioned this, I believe my colleague mentioned this last month when I was away. Our Community Board Leadership Training Series, the recordings are online on our YouTube page. They'll be up at least through the 31st of December, because in January, we're gonna have a new Manhattan Borough President. So if you have not looked at our previous trainings, which have been recorded online, please do so. Just Google Mark Levine, Manhattan Borough President's Office, YouTube. It's all the trainings, the EEO, conflict of interest are all on our YouTube page. And I guess looking back in terms of what, unfortunately the Manhattan Borough President couldn't be here today, but looking back over the last 4 years, we did 43 ULURPs from 2022 to 2025. We did 11 ULURPs alone this year in 2025. The Manhattan Borough President, Mark Levine, testified regarding right to counsel legislation. He's advocated for many more trees to be planted in New York City. He's advocated for composting. He's dealt with sidewalks, sheds, the scaffolding, and as I mentioned, trying to get more affordable housing in the borough of Manhattan. So yeah, I mean, so like I said, in January we're going to have a new Manhattan Borough president. So as we deal with this transition, pretty much most of the staff will still be in place. I'll still be around. So if you have any questions or issues, yeah. Yes. So there's not going to be a lapse. We're not going to start from zero come January 2nd. So just I'll be around. So feel free to reach out to me or my colleagues. We'll be around. Thank you.
Thanks, Andrew. And then who else do we have online? I can't. Oh, there's a question? Oh. It's only for board members, though. Okay. That's all right. Okay, so who do we have on Zoom? So let me see who I see. Lane Son from Assemblymember Glick's office. Hi, Lane.
Hi, everyone. Hey, sorry I couldn't be there in person tonight. But yeah, just a few updates from Assemblymember Glick. So we're just gearing up to be back in session in January, and we listed our, legislative priorities in the board reports that you should have available to you in front. But, some of those highlights is obviously reducing plastic and packaging in the PREA bill. She'll be really pushing hard for that one in her last session ever. And then also, raising the eligibility threshold for SCREE to $67,000 will be a huge push for her. So yeah, that's all outlined in the board report if you're interested, or our newsletters that will come out, etc. And then just the other update I have is, the assembly member visited Bellevue today with some of her colleagues in government, including Councilmember Epstein, and they met with Bellevue executives like the CEO and learned about their comprehensive psychiatric emergency program. So the assembly member did a walkthrough and saw what happened at every step from intake through treatment. And obviously, this is something that's top of mind for the community, thinking about how we work with folks who are having mental health crises. And so she's excited to hear about their future plans and, work with Bellevue more. But yeah, those are my updates. Happy holidays, everyone, and happy to answer any questions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Lane. Not seeing any in the room or on Zoom. And then I don't see any other elected official representatives on Zoom. Is that correct? Is there anyone I haven't called on from an elected official? Oh, Andrew, thank you so much. Assemblymember Lee, please, we're happy, if you want to just, great timing.
Good evening, everyone. Wanted the opportunity to come in and wish everyone a happy holidays in person, and I'll be starting back up in session in Albany in January, so it will be a little bit harder for me to be in person, so wanted to make sure to come see all of you. I have a couple updates just to talk about what my office has been doing in the CB2 catchment area and the partnership that we've been able to build with Community Board 2 and the work that we're doing. So I am closing in on my third year in office, and over the last 3 years, my office has closed 700 constituent cases. This past year, we resolved over 230 of those cases. Some of the constituent cases that we've helped with CB2 residents include recently writing a letter to a landlord on Kenmare Street to inform them of a tenant operating an illegal cannabis store, and working with the sheriff's office to try and get stronger enforcement against that illegal cannabis store. We worked with a constituent who needed an unemployment claim processed and got them connected with the Department of Labor. And we also helped a small business that was getting hit with fines tied to its outdoor dining setup and containerization. So we helped connect them with DOT and Department of Sanitation so they could better understand why these fines were happening and how they could avoid them in the future. We have been here, we get a lot of calls from the community, and we're happy to address them as well as we can. One of the things we were hearing was that in the Nolita area, that trash had become a very big problem. So we did a walkthrough with the Department of Sanitation. I know I've talked to Sean about this issue, and they were able to add additional trash cans on corners and change the pickup routine to help manage the trash sanitation issue in those neighborhoods. We also, in response to what we were hearing from community boards as a lack of responsiveness by the SLA, worked to help convene a meeting across all of the community boards, CB1, CB2, and CB3, to have a meeting with the SLA commissioner in person. And we were happy to host that at our offices to make sure that all of the concerns around SLA licensing could be taken care of and addressed face to face. Some of our legislative highlights from this year. The governor recently signed the Lower Manhattan Relocation Unemployment Assistance Program bill that I championed in Albany in the Assembly. It is an extension of a tax credit that Downtown Alliance and I worked on to make sure that new businesses could receive tax incentives to establish offices in Lower Manhattan specifically. So this is a way to fill up our office spaces, bring more workers and new jobs to New York City, but specifically to Lower Manhattan, to make sure that we can continue to have vibrant economic corridors. I also have a bill that I passed and the governor signed, which is a bill requiring the Board of Elections to notify elected officials and party committees of changes to polling places. So we were having an issue in the district where poll sites were changing and we didn't know about it until a week or 2 weeks before an election. And sometimes a poll site was in a location that could inadvertently disenfranchise voters because it was too far from the other location, that sort of thing. This bill gives advance notice to elected officials and party committee leaders so that we can participate in a conversation about where a polling site can be relocated to, so it has minimal impact to people's ability to go and vote. And finally, this last Tuesday, I was with the governor in Flushing, Queens, to sign my AA-NHPI Education Equity Act, which is a bill that to help promote inclusive AAPI curriculum in schools all across New York State. Have been working very closely with many advocates across Lower Manhattan and across New York State, and many high schoolers actually from the high schools down here who really wanted to see their stories reflected in the American story and in their history books. So we are taking a big step forward with that, and very excited to be able to advance that in this past session. So just want to wish you all happy holidays and happy New Year. My office is always here for you, so please feel free to reach out. And Fanny's here outside. We have a legislative mailer that we recently mailed out to our constituents. I know not all of you live in my district, unfortunately, but I would love to share some of our accomplishments from the last year with you. So those are outside. And Senator Kavanaugh and I are hosting a town hall on January 29th. And so we'll be inviting a lot of the other electeds from the area, but we thought it'd be a great chance to talk with everyone, give updates about what's happening in Albany, and talk about local issues. So we hope to see you all there. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Assemblymember Lee. Are there any questions for the Assemblymember from board members in the room or on Zoom? Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Thank you, Assemblymember Lee. I put some flyers for that event, actually, just on the table. Just got here, a little sweaty, but they are on the table in case anyone wants them. My name is Sharif Kropti. I'm a Community Affairs Liaison for State Senator Brian Kavanaugh. He couldn't make it here tonight, but we're hoping to make it out soon to a future meeting here as we enter the new year. Hope everyone's having a great holiday season. Just some quick updates. So Assemblymember Lee covered the part about the town hall. I'll also just mention too, potentially someone from Congressman Goldman's office mentioned this, but our office, along with Assemblymember Glick's office, signed on to a letter to Mayor-elect Zara Mamdani talking about the Tony Dapolito Recreation Center, urging the mayor-elect to commit to preserving the facade of that building as much as possible. We know that there's structural issues because of deferred maintenance and repair that's been going on for years. So wanted to mention that as well. Some quick legislative updates. We have several bills that went to the governor's desk this last month. So the first two were signed. The first one is S4274C. So I think Assemblymember Lee may have mentioned this in her report. She was the assembly sponsor for it. It requires advance notification to elected officials and party committees for polling place changes. The other one is S5624. That was also signed. It streamlines enforcement for tobacco and vape store violations. And then one of our bills, I think also with Assemblymember Lee, was vetoed by the governor. This would have given grants to local community boards for brownfield sites and help pay for monitoring related to that. So there's a couple other bills that we have in front of the governor that we're waiting for her decision on. So we'll see updates by the end of the year for that. But mostly just wanted to say hi, plug those events, and hear the timer go off. So thank you, everyone. I hope you have a great holiday season and a great new year. Happy to take any questions if you have them.
Any questions for Sharif from board members in the room or on Zoom? Okay, thank you so much. Before I go to something in just a second, I just want to, and I know some of them have spotted, okay, good, Connor came back in. I just want to give a round of applause. I just want to give a round of applause to our elected official representatives who consistently show up for us every month, balancing a schedule of other boards. It means a lot and it keeps us very connected, and thank you for showing up here every month, but also thank you for showing up in our text messages, in our emails, and your consistent support for questions and on the phone. Thank you so much. It goes without saying, so I just wanted to say that. Before we go to the chair's report, I wanted to know if this body was okay. I believe there is someone who did not have a chance to speak in public session, and I was going to open it back up for this person, if everyone's all right with that. So is there anyone here who would like to speak in the public session? I'm going to hand it over to Eugene to run this.
Thank you. So if you could come up to the mic, and actually if someone could help adjust the mic. And just when you speak, just tell us your name and what you're here to speak to us about, and you'll have 2 minutes to speak. Thank you very much.
Thank you for letting me speak. Happy holiday to all of you. My name is Eleanor Wong. I'm from Chinatown, the community. I'm here to reinforce the idea about the redesign of Canal Street. I'm sure you folks are aware of that. We feel, our Chinatown feel that not enough survey and feedback from our community. A lot of folks are Chinese speaking and they sometimes don't use the cell phone for WhatsApp or email. They use WeChat or in Chinese language. So a lot of people, when I went up to the office, in medical office and the store and the banks, they don't know that there was no parking allowed on Canal Street from Elizabeth to Broadway, the section for Chinatown. I think it's not fair because both sides, there are banks, there are doctor's office. I worked for the bank before. The bank won't be able to get money delivered from Federal Reserve with the armored truck if there's no allowed parking. And also the doctors, the patients, they are senior, old, they come from different parts of other boroughs. They need to be They need children to bring them to see the doctors and medical office. And if no parking, it's very inconvenient. Also the stores, how could they get their goods delivered? Like the Campman grocery store, they have to deliver the meat, everything. And they say, oh, park at the side street. It's impossible. The side streets are very narrow and they are residential. It will bring more pollution to the residents. So that's why it's not feasible, and closing the Walker Street is not feasible either, because there are banks and supermarkets there, and also it's near Baxter Street where the mega jail is going to be built. Mega jail is going to have an underground garage where there will be another 175 cars there. So that will make the congestion very, bad on Canal Street if they narrow down the Canal Street. Plus, the most important thing is the illegal vendors all the way down on Canal Street. Lately, I cannot even take my train from Canal Street Station because I'm blocked by all those illegal vendors, and they are very harassing. So I appreciate that your board member would understand Chinatown, which has suffered from COVID, 9/11, congestion pricing, closing of Park Road, so I appreciate you guys would give us a consideration and treat Chinatown as a unique neighborhood, and we welcome everyone to go there to shop and eat. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Are there any questions? Actually, I have a question. If you could come back. If you could come back, I have a question for you. I was just wondering what outreach was done in like Chinese language, or what kind of outreach was done by DOT to the Chinatown community?
You mean the DOT, what schedule they don't allow certain things?
I'm just wondering what, did they...
Oh, if they execute the plan?
Yes. Did they share the plan? Was there, did they translate it?
According to what I have understood, is that they're going to have meeting against, I think different boards have different resolution, and I'm sure the DOT would work with them or listen to these proposals, I hope. And they say that if everything is, if the thought department really want to execute it, without listening to our voices or force it on Chinatown, they do it in next July 2026. They will come and put the cement all over, whatever. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else? All right, are there anyone else that would like to speak in the public session? No? Okay, great, thank you. I'll turn this back to you, Valerie.
Thank you so much. So with that, we are going to go to the chair's report. Hello. Hi. Okay, so happy holidays. I'm going to start out with some very long, really long, showing how long it takes for things to happen once we start getting going on them. So 10 years ago this month, this board, before I was appointed to this board, but there are people in this room who are still in this room who voted in favor of a resolution for affordable housing at 388 Hudson. And today, it was announced the developer team for that project. So this project is 100% affordable housing is coming into reality. So a round of applause for those that made that happen. The developer group, it's Camber Property Group, also includes a nonprofit, Services for the Underserved. The initials for that are SUS, that's how they use it, but it's not SUS, okay? And then Essence Development, and they have chosen Herzog and De Muron to design the mixed-use building. And there's also a local architect, which is also important to call out, which is New York-based Curtis and Ginsberg Architects. And the project is being called Hudson Mosaic, and it is 280 units of new, affordable, and supportive housing, along with a new Parks Recreation Center that will be LEED Gold certified. And this is the first, and it's going to be fully ADA accessible, a year-round facility with a 6-lane indoor pool, media lab, basketball court. You can read the whole press release press release. It's on HPD website. And this is the first city-led development that co-locates affordable housing with an NYC Parks Recreation Center. So, and that's, so a round of applause for everyone on that. And so I just wanted to start out with that news. Yes? Oh, Dr. Smith, can we get a microphone for you? Yes, is there any comments on that? I guess we could do this piece by piece.
Thank you. You mentioned not-for-profit that was also involved. Can you name who that not-for-profit is?
Yes, it's the Services for the Underserved, and the SUS comes from the S in services, and then underserved is two capitals. So, but it has a little moniker. So Services for the Underserved is what it's called.
Thank you.
And okay, let me continue. Other news, the Spring Street elevators are open off 6th Avenue and Spring Street. There's a brand new entrance with ADA compliant elevator that is now open for service. Yesterday, was it? It was yesterday. Councilmember Botcher and along with Kwamel Arroyo, the MTA's Chief Accessibility Officer, along with myself and some of the other elected official reps here in the room. And Nicole was also there, and Janine was there, and some Hudson Square neighbors and Hudson Square Bid were there to do a quick little event. It's been open, and so I invite you to go over there. It's on the southbound local side platform. So there's that. And some other things that are happening in the district that I think that this body should know about. The new school, a private university, as you know, is located partially here in our district, is facing a $48 million budget shortfall. It's just now starting to come out into the mainstream press, but it's been bubbling for a while in kind of more local media. They're consolidating from 5 schools to 2 schools. So real estate-wise, the only impact as of right now is the sale of the university-owned President's Townhome, which was on West 12th Street over the summer. Other real estate dispositions are mostly isolated outside of CB2 right now, but we are keeping an eye on what is happening there and what that impact might be. Excuse me? We have one board member that has resigned. Matthew Piera was appointed earlier this year and has moved out of the district, does not work in the district, and doesn't have another nexus to the district. So we are now at 47 board members. I want to we thank Borough President Levine for his 4 years of service and appointing all these different members, and we look forward to working with incoming Borough President Brad Hoylman-Siegel. Other things that have happened since full board that I think this body should know about. I attended the oversight hearing on outdoor dining at the City Council, which was the Monday of Thanksgiving week. And I rushed there from class, and would you believe that in class, this whole semester, it's been scheduled that we were talking about public goods and common resources that day. So of course I threw out the rundown, and we talked a little bit about what was gonna happen, and we even tuned in live, and I was ready to testify via Zoom during class if I was called on, but as you can imagine, it goes a little bit until they get to the testimony. So I hopped down there and I testified. There were 2 other community board chairs that testified as well. There were not a lot of, it was a joint hearing with joint committees, and there were about 2 council members there, the 2 chairs of the committees there to listen to people. So I will let you take that for what it is. And the other statistics I thought I would update you on, there were 3 bills that were covered in that about having year-round outdoor dining and roadway. Sidewalk is year-round. It was about the clear path requirement, putting it back to 8 feet versus the 10 feet, the 8 feet, 10 feet, and 12 feet based on the global corridor category from NYC DOT's own pedestrian mobility plan based on several data points, which I can go into on a separate thing. And And then we also talked about the resolution that we passed regarding the two tops. So I also mentioned that. And just some quick statistics. We have heard over 550 outdoor dining cafe applications. And really, out of all of that, it really, really ramped up. Donna, would you say Thanksgiving, right? It was really Thanksgiving of last year. And I believe, and Mark could back me up on this, that there's only been 2 weeks, and they've been within the last month and a half, 2 months, where we did not have applications referred to us. So that is 550. What does that even mean? 30% of all outdoor dining cafes in Manhattan. That's us. 20% of all outdoor dining cafes across all 5 boroughs. And we have more than double the number of outdoor cafes in the entire borough of Queens. And we have just 100 less than the entire borough of Brooklyn, which is about 70 square miles in land, not counting the water. And we are just under like 2. And yeah, so revocable consent fees are 55% less for operators in CB2 for the majority of the land area in our district. As you know, there's a graduated schedule of fees that was supposed to make this program more open and accessible to multiple operators. So as I testified on behalf of the board in May at the first oversight hearing, and as I testified on behalf of the board in November, this program has been a success, despite the rhetoric that this outdoor dining program is not a success. It has been a success in terms of volume and participation in CB2. And I think, let me see, the last thing I want to end with is I want to recognize and thank our past chairs who are still serving with us, Susan Kent, Janine Kiley, Carter Booth, and David Gruber, if he's online. I just want to thank you for your continued service, both formally and informally, agreeing to chair committees and to informally provide guidance, not just to me, but to other board members. So I just want to thank you for your continued service and involvement. And so just a round of applause for that. Yes, Lois.
Thank you, David. I think we should have a brouhaha because West 3rd Street elevator is now open, and no one, I told Shirley Secunda and Janine Kiley and the other members, and no brouhaha. This is the hub of Greenwich Village at West, it's the West 4th Street station, but it's on West 3rd and 6th by the cage, by the basketball courts. And it is beautiful. Did I send you a picture?
I think you did.
Okay, I
think
sent
you did.
Janine a picture. It has a beautiful awning marquee of lit at night. It's beautiful, it's nice, and it still goes up and down. And no, and no sign, not even a paper sign that said, we are, elevator is now in service. Nothing, absolutely nothing. It was for, I guess, a year or more. And then around Thanksgiving, I go, oh, wow, press the button. I went down and I went up. So I'm just letting you know, no brouhaha. Why is that?
You know, I don't have an answer for that. The one at Spring Street was organized by the council members, so that's the one I attended. If there was one there, I was not aware of it, but it sounds like maybe a bottle of champagne against a ceremonial, something else, not to deface anything, but perhaps that's in order.
Well,
maybe
you
something
all
you want to
know
organize.
now.
Thank you.
Shall I? No, but still functioning as. Shall I send you a picture of the?
I believe you did, but I'll take another one. You could text it to me. Great.
Everybody, it's wonderful now.
All right. Any other comments, questions, discussion points? Yes, Susanna, can we get you a microphone?
Sorry, I don't mean to take time, but I just want to thank you for the work that you've been doing on outdoor dining because it's a tremendous amount of work. So thank you so much for the time that you've put in.
And I defer to the others who serve on that working group. But thank you, that's very kind. The other thing I'll quickly mention to end with is that there are two outstanding bills that were not part of that oversight hearing for outdoor dining. One is to transfer the program from DOT to the Department of Consumer Worker Protection, and where the pre-pandemic sidewalk cafe program was out of. And there's another bill that was not part of the hearing in November that is about removing the revocable consent. And along with that, there's some other parameters with that. So, all right. I'm going to turn it over to Mark Diller for the district manager's report.
Okay. Thanks. So, Lois, we did actually contact MTA and ask them why there wasn't a ribbon cutting, and they basically said, we just don't do that. So it wasn't accidental. They made a decision not to, such as it is. So first, let me renew our thanks to our hosts, Valentine, who I believe is listening at home. Thank you, Valentine, and Dorothy and Arlene, who host us and are continuing to host us, which is just a huge benefit to all of us, and it's centrally located. And it's great having the same space month after month, so we get used to it and know how to set up. Janine did a better job of explaining the HOPE outreach than I could, but I'm putting on the screen here the items of interest. So we only send the e-blast out usually once a week, but all those items of interest, which for the last month has included the HOPE details, are in this button. So if you are looking for them, or the various other things that are in the items of interest, they're there on the website. They're below the calendar where our committee details are, but they're there. Let's see. A quick note about the Village Interagency Task Force. You all probably heard by now about the multiple arrests of very serious drug sales in the park, and the increased police presence in the park so that the vacuum of drug sales doesn't attract a new cadre of drug sellers. One of the consequences of that is that folks who are unhoused are also largely not in the park anymore, but our liaisons at Goddard Riverside are quick to remind us that they are displaced. They didn't actually all go accept services and so forth. So Sarah D. Roosevelt Park, Tompkins Square Park, and some of our neighborhoods like Hudson Square and the area around the Broadway Lafayette train station, subway station, are places where folks now seem to be congregating. The good news is that sometimes this kind of an event can turn people off to dealing with our outreach liaisons, that in our case Goddard Riverside, and their clients are still responding to them. So that's, I guess, the good news that goes along with that. A quick note of gratitude to the incoming borough president, Brad Hoylman Siegel, very well known to this board, of course. He convened a session with all 12 district managers for Manhattan and gave us an hour of his time with key staff, including Caroline, who was here. And so we have hopes for a smooth transition and perhaps another attentive ear in that regard. We've already talked about the Canal Street redesign, and that'll be a subject later on. The e-blast this week will actually be on Monday so that we capture the SLA details in time for the...
Tuesday.
Well, probably Tuesday, depending on
Yeah, it's going to be Tuesday.
Okay, it'll be Tuesday, as I said. Sorry. Anyway, so that's necessary because of the calendar mechanics. Anybody who hasn't already submitted an agenda, please do so by either Friday or Monday. And then last is that the office will remain open during the holidays. It'll be perhaps thinly staffed, but at least one of us will be there in person to answer the phones. We may shorten the hours a bit on, for example, the 26th and the 2nd. But there'll be folks there, and if you need anything, please, if you can plan ahead, please do, but not, you all know where to find me. And I think that's it, unless there are questions. Thanks.
Great, thanks, Mark. All right. So now we are going to go into business session. So I'm going to turn it over to our secretary, Emma Smith, for roll call.
Thank you so much, Valerie. Okay. Susanna Aaron. Keen Berger. Carter Booth. Katie Bordenaro. Amy Brenna. Rich Cacapolo. Ritu Chatri. Nina Chen.
Here, online.
Thank you. Valerie De La Rosa.
I'm here.
Chris Dignas. Arturo Fernandez.
Here.
Yeah, thank you. Mar Fitzgerald. Susan Gammy. DJ Jane. Juliet Kay. Susan Kent. Ryder Kessler. Janine Kiley. Patricia Laria. Janet Liff. Benjamin Listman. Ed Ma. I see you, Ed. Thank you. Paul McDade. Erica Olson. Brian Pape. Donna Raftery. Lois Rakoff. Bo Riccobono. Sean Ryan. Rocio Sands. Shirley Secunda. Eddie Siegel. Frederica Siegel. It's not here. Okay. Emma Smith. I'm here. Dr. Shirley Smith. Chenault Spence.
Here.
Thanks, Chenault. Sean Sweeney. Susan Wittenberg. Anthony Wong. Eugene Yu. Thank you all.
Thank you so much. All right, so now, thank you, Emma. So now moving on to the next item on our agenda, is there a motion to approve the November full board minutes? Okay, I have one from Dr. Smith, and then I have a second from, I see Janine Kiley. And thank you very much. So great, let's move on to resolutions from our standing committees. Committee chairs, please only state the therefore be it resolves in your resolution, as always. We are operating with the sense that board members have read the resolutions in the full board packet. So we'll start with traffic and transportation. Janine?
Okay, we have one resolution, and I am going to read two amendments that I hope are minor and we can accept. One is paragraph 13, there's some typos. It will read, will impact deliveries to residents and share routes that residents would take from both the east and the west. So that was just fixing some typos. And I'll read the change in the word, therefore resolve when I get there. And it just mirrors what's in the resolution. So therefore be it resolved. Manhattan Community Board 2 strongly supports NYC DOT's Canal Street redesign goals and proposed plan to improve pedestrian safety, rebalance vehicle space, and improve bicycle connectivity. 2, CB2 urges DOT to make the following changes. That's on page 10 of 11. A, add painted curb extensions at the northwest corner of Hudson and Canal Streets. B, add hardened daylighting at all intersections. C, prioritize curb extensions with hardened daylighting near the subway elevators on Canal Street at Center and Lafayette Streets. D, add a planted center median to reduce crossing distances, improve pedestrian safety, provide opportunities for greening canal, and include a protected bicycle lane. E is where I have an addition. It really just mirrors what's in the resolution. Coordinate, adding, extending the sidewalks simultaneously. Those are the additions, 4 words, extending the sidewalks simultaneously with NYPD, the Department of Consumer and Worker Protection, the Department of Sanitation, and other city agencies to address ground floor businesses illegally displaying their goods on the sidewalk and illegal sidewalk vending. And F adds safety and traffic calming improvements to the Manhattan Bridge to include 1, reducing the current 35 per hour speed limit on the Manhattan Bridge to at least 25 miles per hour to better match the 20 mile per hour speed limit on Canal and other local roads, posting radar signs to display vehicle speeds approaching the Bowery, installing passive enforcement by red light and speed cameras with the new 2025 camera contract, and 4, installing additional barriers that are substantial enough to protect pedestrians from vehicles at high speeds at all corners of Canal and the Bowery.
Janine, really quickly, for 3 through 6, could we just read the headlines?
Sure, I
Okay,
will
thank
do
you.
that. 3, insist that DOT address why the agency only proposes, and that's in there. 4, CB2 would like NYC DOT to address, and there's 3 items. And 5, CB2 supports a crosstown protected bike lane on or near Canal Street, connecting bikes from the Manhattan Bridge to the Hudson River Greenway, insists that NYDOT present more detailed options, including, you can read those, and 6, CB2 strongly urges NYCDOT to incorporate micromobility, accessibility, and greening and environmental sustainability into the Canal Street redesign. It was unanimously passed 7-0 by full board members, 2-0 by public. Okay.
Any discussion on this item? Okay, Sean, and then Susan Gammy.
Hello. Yeah. Did I miss it? Was there anything about the sidewalk extension?
Yes, there are. There's lots of stuff about the sidewalk extension. It's, if you do have the resolution, in 2A, in 2C, 2E, we all address the sidewalk extensions, and in 3, 3A, we want to know why there's painted sidewalk extensions from Broadway to Elizabeth when there's significant pedestrian crowdings on other portions of Canal Street.
So that's as far extended as DOT proposed?
They only proposed it in 2 out of 5 sections on Canal Street.
Which are? Which streets?
There's a chart in there that summarizes this. Let me pull it up. Sorry. They propose sidewalk, there's 5 parts: west to Hudson, Hudson to West Broadway, and West Broadway to Broadway. No sidewalk extensions there. The eastern 2 parts, Broadway to Baxter and Baxter to Bowery.
And that's what...
That's what the city proposed.
And this is what this is recommending?
This is recommending that there's a lot of questions. So I can read it. No, it's recommending that why are they doing it only in certain parts and prioritizing curb extensions and so forth. So it's nuanced.
Yes, so
But
I still don't understand.
well, that's because you didn't read the resolution.
Well, no, I did.
But I'm
Janine,
sorry.
Janine,
No.
I actually did read the resolution.
Okay, you did. Okay, well then let me.
But I don't see any feet. How many feet are we extending it? That's what I'm asking. It's a simple question.
I don't have it varies by location. I did not memorize those numbers. I can look that up and get back to you.
I thought it was about 20 feet.
It's 20 feet in total, I believe. But the sidewalk, I walked Dan Miller and I walked Canal Street, and the sidewalk widths are varying. Some of them are already up to 20 feet and some are only 12 feet wide.
Right.
So we did not get exact measurements from DOT. This resolution is providing all of our comments on their plan, and they are going to make changes to it, allegedly incorporate it. And I haven't heard back from DOT whether they're going to come back in our January meeting or at a later date. So, but we can specifically ask them about those. But there weren't specific measurements in those plans. I'd have to go.
DOT's plans, there weren't?
Not by block by block. I mean, it was very high level, which made it a little.
But the diagrams had extensions of the
They had
sidewalk
extensions, but
into
they didn't
Canal-
have
and- and- Let me
measurements there.
finish. They had
Okay.
extensions well in Chinatown, like 1 or 2 lanes that looked like traffic.
They're basically
That's why that's why practically every Chinatown person there, of which there were many, was opposed to the extension of the sidewalks.
Yeah. So right now, and if the resolution goes through, essentially most of the deliveries are in the morning and the evening. So there's 3 lanes of traffic right now either way, but during peak traffic hours, there are single and double park delivery trucks, which typically prevent cars. So it's functionally working as 2 lanes each direction. And what we specifically put in here is whether they add curb extensions or not, is they really need to address deliveries. And that's not included in the plan at all. And that would be deliveries for the ground
No,
floor.
we're not talking about deliveries.
All
We're
right.
talking about extending the sidewalks.
We could really want to dial down the back and forth.
Yeah,
So if we could.
Let's address the street peddlers.
Well, that's
what
a
the
separate
complaint
issue.
was.
Yeah,
That's what Because if you're going to extend the sidewalk, you're going to bring even more street peddlers. And if you've been down there this week, they've doubled since
And
the
that's
ice.
why we are asking them to.
Can I finish a sentence without
Okay,
being
so
interrupted?
again, if we could, there's a lot of back and forth.
Oh, yeah, I know.
So if we could.
Yeah.
If we could.
Yeah, but the resolution specifically says to simultaneously address the illegal vending. And this has been going on for 20 or 30 years. So we're
That's
going
not
to
going
need.
to happen.
Well, we're going to
And
need
you're going to bring in, you build it, you're going to bring
All
in
right.
more vendors.
So again, if we could stop with the, if we could, there's pretty extensive back and forth, and I'd really like to limit that. Okay, Susan Gammy, and then we'll go to Ryder. So Ryder, if you could find a microphone, and Susan Gammy.
Two quick things. One's just a housekeeping thing. I was not at the December 4th meeting, but I was at the November 24th public testimony. So that's just a housekeeping thing.
Oh, let me get that.
I think Emma's got it. All right. And the other is just really, I want to publicly praise the work that Janine did on this resolution. There was a tremendous amount of moving parts, and a prodigious amount of data to synthesize, and a world of competitive needs here. And there's such clarity of thinking that I just have to publicly commend you for that.
Thank you.
And you did get, please clap, please clap, please clap, please clap. You did get a big shout out at Borough Board as well for the Traffic and Transportation Committee, and your leadership of it did get a shout out for this resolution specifically at Borough Board by two other chairs.
All right. Ryder.
Yeah, I'll second that. I think it's a great resolution. I'm glad that the board will be in support of this redesign. I just wanted to note on the vending issue, one of the bills that just passed in the council today is a bill to address street vending. One of the components is about increasing the cap so that there's less scarcity and vendors can be in the system. But another component is beefing up enforcement. And so I don't think it's necessarily the case that nothing will ever change in terms of addressing vending. And Councilmember Marte and Councilmember Epstein were both co-sponsors of that bill. So I just wanted to note that as additional context when we consider this resolution. Thank you.
Thank you. Any further discussion from board members in the room or on Zoom? Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks. So we have one item for traffic and transportation. Is there any unwillingness to vote on traffic and transportation item number 1? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Okay. Abstentions? Recusals? Okay, passes. Thank you. Next, let's move on to landmarks. Chenault?
One meeting, everything's unanimous, and only board members were present. 109 Waverly Place, application to install a stoop gate. Recommend approval of the historically referenced stoop gate. 140, 142 West 4th Street, that's one building with double entrances. To install 2 safety gates at the front entrance of 140 and 142 West 4th Street. Recommend approve the installation of appropriate gates on each of the 2 buildings. 491 Broadway, a through building to 446 Broome Street to replace windows in one apartment on both facades. Recommend denial for the non-historic windows and that they instead be wooden frame, double hung, with or without an operable upper sash in a historic design suitable to the building. An unusual sort of recommendation is next, that the commission encourage the building to undertake a master plan for the building that would codify historic design for future window replacements in the building. 388 Broadway. Repair masonry stucco at the rear facade and remove window shutters and hardware. Oh, I'm sorry, this is was not heard by us, it was with staff. 22 East 10th Street. Demolish a rear yard extension and construct a new rear yard extension and rooftop addition modify the garden and restore the front facade. Approve the rooftop addition, the chimney extension, provided that the visible window is of historic design. In the village, there's this very delicate thing about not more than minimally visible, and this one is visible but not objectionable, provided we see something with historic influence through the bit that's seen. Approve demolition of the non-historic extension. Recommend the rear facade design, provided that there's modification to the design at the top of the wall that provides a visual resolution. And the usual denial excavation for the rear yard and the cellar, unless all the proper precautions are taken and the proper regulations are followed and people are engaged. 54 Green Street, install diamond plate over the existing deteriorating vault light. Approve the covering of vault lights with diamond plate, provided that the work is reversible and in no way impede the sorry, this is a typo. The future, it should be replacement of historically appropriate vault lights at a later time. Preferable is replaced by future. And there was discussion without any proof of a 74 711, which provides for a change of use if certain conditions are met. And that was discussed and presumably exists. And since nothing was presented to the committee, we're putting it back to the commission to sort it out. Be sure they're not violating it. 432 Hudson Street. Restore front facade, remove metal fire escape, replace windows, install shop front at street level, add a stair bulkhead and mechanical equipment at roof level, construct a 2-story extension at the rear yard, install terrace, pavers, and window monitors of existing roof over the first floor. Much of that work is occasioned by incorporating the commercial space into the dwelling space itself. There is a question as to whether it's 3 units or is 1 unit at a store now. We didn't resolve that. The applicant represented it was 3 units, and the advertisement for the sale of the building is 1 unit. So approval of the front facade restoration, removal of the fire escape and the entrance gates and historically informed wooden storefront. Approval of the minimally visible bulkhead. Approval of the rear facade restoration and the modification with windows to the terrace. That concludes.
Thank you. So we have 6 items for landmarks. Does anyone want to call out any of these items?
We have 5. One. The one that we didn't hear was laid over, and it was numbered.
Oh, I see that. Yes, yes. Wait, number 4 and then number 6. I only see number 4 as the withdrawn. You're saying?
That's correct.
So
there
it's
are 5.
6.
There are 5 remaining ones.
I'm counting 6 because there's 7 total. Is something misnumbered or?
I'm misnumbered, sorry.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
Susan.
I was just going to say it is 6.
Okay, okay, great. So does anyone, so we have 6 items for landmarks. Does anyone want to call out any of these items? Any discussion? Is there any unwillingness to vote on landmarks items 1 through 3 and 5 through 7? Okay, seeing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Recusals? All right, that passes. Let's move on to street activities and resiliency. And I believe Erica Olson, the vice chair, will give this month's report.
Hello. I have a very short report this month. We have 4 new application resolutions, all of which have already begun or are over, actually, and 3 FYI renewals. So I'll go pretty quickly, but all were adopted unanimously. The first is a Good Butter and Bioma pop-up shop. Bioma is a skincare brand. It was the curb lane on Green between Canal and Grand, all okay by us. That's actually one of our favorite operators, GSS Security. They've been doing a really good job and worked with our committee quite closely. The second is Parachute Greenhouse, Parachute being the linens, towels brand. That's the curb lane of Crosby between Grand and Howard. This is over. We did have some issues. Mark was very kind to contact, did you contact fire or police, Mark, for the generator issue? Okay, well, we had some issues, but Mark very kindly worked with fire to get that dealt with. I think the neighbors were happy in the end. Number 3 is a roasted chestnut sampling at the Chobani Cafe on West Broadway between Prince and Spring. It's right outside of the cafe. They're basically giving out chestnuts, no issues on our end there, unanimously approved. Number 4, I have an issue with because they lied to us at the meeting, but I'll talk to you about it later. It's a table tennis tournament on Mulberry between Houston and Prince. And it's the curb lane, but it's quite a large production. It actually ends today, so I don't know that there's anything we can affect. But it will be noted for future consideration. Lastly, the 3 FYI renewals. Number 5 is Bell by Bell. It's Astor Place Plaza. That's taking place the 21st. Number 6 is the holiday catering pickup outside of Citarella on 6th Ave between West 9th and West 10th. That's curb lane, and it'll go till January 1st. And then the 7th is the Astor Place Hanukkah celebration, menorah lighting. That goes through the 22nd. Obviously takes place in Astor Place Plaza. And that's all.
Okay. Thank you. And before I go into all the normal, I just want to say that while it may feel or seem futile that these have already happened, it isn't. We are a forum for the producer of those events and organizers of those events to hear from the community prior to the event. So thank you for providing that forum.
Yeah, we do also, like, if anyone ever looks at the agenda, we do submit notes into the SAPO database for anything that's happening before the resolution comes out. So if anyone ever has any thoughts, feel free to send them or come to the meeting. We do get to opine.
Thank you, Erica. So we have 4 items for street activities and 3 FYI renewals. Is there any that people would like to call out from that group of items? Is there any unwillingness to vote on street activities items 1 through 4 and 5 through 7 FYI renewals? Seeing none, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Recusals? Thank you, those pass. So next we will go to SLA 1 and SLA 2.
Okay, SLA 1, see, we had 18 applications with 12 decisions. Everything else was laid over or withdrawn, and all the decisions were unanimous. So Makaku, New York, and Inc., 85 Kenmare Street, Store 1. It's a restaurant wine. It's a transfer. That's deny unless. 337B West Broadway LLC, doing business as Mezcal and Amaro at 337B West Broadway. That's a new on-premise for coffee and cocktail bar in a previously unlicensed location, deny unless. JDBN LLC, doing business as Domo Domo at 138 140 West Houston Street. It's an on-premise for a restaurant. That's a class change, deny unless. Chipotle Mexican Grill of Colorado LLC, doing business as Chipotle Mexican Grill number 590 at 55 East 8th Street. This is a restaurant wine license, deny unless. Chipotle Mexican Grill of Colorado LLC, doing business as Chipotle Mexican Grill number 1549 at 625 Broadway. It's a restaurant wine, deny unless. Chipotle Mexican Grill of Colorado LLC, doing business as Chipotle Mexican Grill number 642 at 200 Varick Street. That's a restaurant wine. Deny unless. 428 LGT LLC, doing business as LaGrange at 428 Lafayette Street. That's an on-premise for a restaurant. Deny unless. Hyper Interactive Games, Inc. at 302 Bowery. Oh, sorry, 8. There we go, sorry. Hyper Interactive Games, Inc., 302 Bowery. That's an on-premise for adult recreational facility, previously unlicensed location. Deny unless. Number 9, Soho Grand Hotel, Inc., doing business as Soho Grand Hotel, 310 West Broadway. That's it's an on-premise for a hotel, restaurant, bar. It's a change in method of operation. It was to add music. That was a deny. Mansions of Glory Hospitality LLC, doing business as Beyond the Pale NYC at 53 Spring Street. It's an on-premise tavern. It's a change in method of operation for later hours. That was deny unless. 490 LaGuardia at 494 LaGuardia Place. It's an on-premise for a restaurant. It's a transfer. Deny unless. Demura Enterprises, Inc., doing business as Madam X at 94 West Houston Street. That's a corporate change, and that was deny unless. And then items 13 to 18 are layovers or withdrawal, and then I have one new business. So guess we vote on the 13 to 18 and then do the new business? Or I'll just do the new business.
Are you introducing something?
Yeah, I'm introducing something.
Like an amendment?
No, I'm introducing, there's another reso in there that we didn't vote on at our meeting. Okay, okay. So that's,
Okay, so we have items 1 through 18, 1 through 12, resolutions, and then items 13 through 18 that were layovers, withdrawals,
that's it.
et cetera. So would anyone like to call out any of those items to discuss? Susanna, can we get a microphone?
Hi there, sorry, I'm number 8, hyper interactive. I was just wondering about the.
So you want to call out number 8?
Yes,
So
I'm
let's-
sorry.
Okay, it's okay. So let's just, is there anyone else want to call out any others? Otherwise, we'll vote on the others, and then we'll go to number 8. Okay, so let's vote on items 1 through 7, and then 9 through 12 that are the full resolutions, and then 13 through 18 that are the layovers and withdrawals. So is there any unwillingness to vote on SLA 1 items 1 through 7, 9 through 12, and then the layovers and withdrawals of 13 through 18? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Recusals? Let's go to number 8. Susanna?
Thank you. Donna, I was just curious about the feedback that was given by a member of the community about number 8 and whether that was, I didn't know what he was talking about, so I just wondered if your resolution covers.
it does not cover that because they did not have the balconies on there. But we did discuss any outside, and they said there is no outside, and the stipulation that they signed says will not operate a backyard garden or any other outdoor area for commercial purposes, including any sidewalk cafe and/or roadway cafe. So those balconies should not, if they're putting them in, they should not be being used.
Okay.
And the premises is on the ground floor and the cellar, so.
Got it. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Okay, so is there any unwillingness to vote on SLA number 8? Yes? Can we get a microphone? Thank you.
I don't quite understand why it's on the drawings. Explain a little bit more. That was really a concern.
It wasn't on the drawings. He found this. It seems that he found it in drawings that were filed with DOB, so there are changes being made to the building.
So what will happen now? Is it approved? I mean, he acted as if it's.
Our resolution recommends approval of them operating this business on the first floor and the cellar. I do not know which floors the balconies are on, but they're generally not on the first floor and the cellar. And so that has nothing to do with the operation of this business, and we have no control over the renovations they do to the building. And their
Okay.
stipulation says that they have no outdoor seating. So if they get this liquor license, these stipulations become part of the liquor license, and they would be in violation of that. But I have not looked at the plans. Again, I don't know how the balcony is on the ground floor. And so therefore, what we are concerned with is not on the upper floors.
So if they do this thing that the community doesn't want, we, Community Board 2, will say you can't do this? What will happen
No,
then?
we have nothing to do with it. I mean, if somebody puts a balcony on the second floor of their building, unless they're going to landmarks, Community Board 2 does not opine on that. It was not part of this liquor license application because it's not on that floor, I do not believe. I mean, so it's not part of their premises. It's not, there might be commercial entities in there. It is not part of the premises that is part of the liquor license application that we heard.
Right, okay.
Okay.
So I assume you're going to explain that to this person? who
Yes,
came.
I will
Janet,
explain
do you have a
that to this
microphone?
person.
If you could get one, I saw you had your hand raised, so thanks. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you
Just
off.
I mean, you even went as far as to say they will not install French doors, operable windows, or open facades, so.
Right.
It's pretty
I mean,
rigorous.
it's the stipulations cover that all the activities of this establishment happen on the inside. All the doors are closed at all times. There's insulation information in there and everything else. So it should be covered.
Any further discussion on SLA item number 8? Is there any unwillingness to vote on SLA1 item number 8? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Recusals? Okay, that passes. So now would you like to, oh, yeah, Emma, did you, okay. You got, okay, yeah. Okay, great.
Okay.
Okay.
SLA2.
SLA2, then we'll do the new business and new business.
Okay. So let's see, SLA2, we had 17 applications, 8 decisions. Everything was unanimous. Mavic Enterprises, Inc., doing business as Hudson Place at 427 Gansevoort Street. That's by Gansevoort Peninsula. It's a food kiosk. It's a tavern wine, previously unlicensed, denying list. CNA Mangieri Enterprises, LLC at 30 Jane Street. That's a restaurant wine, previously unlicensed, denying list. Wild Sun and Company, Inc., doing business as Urban Backyard, 161 Avenue of the Americas, tavern wine, previously unlicensed, denying list. Verith Inc. at 13 East 13th Street, that's an on-premise for a restaurant, that's denying less. Ubani Bistro Inc., doing business as Ubani Bistro at 259 Bleecker Street. This is a restaurant wine, denying less. Penguin Flagship, New York City, 6, sorry, I've got it right in front of me. 6 Flagship NYC LLC, doing business as Penguin, 64 West 10th Street. That's an on-premise for a restaurant, denying less. 7 Sabre Argentino Corp., doing business as Sabre Argentino at 57 7th Avenue South. It's a corporate change. They have a restaurant wine license, and that was a failed to appear denial. DC Hudson 1, formerly known as DC Hudson Inc. at 290 Hudson Street, on-premise for a restaurant. It's simply a re-notification. We waived their appearance. They had to change their business name. There's no change in principles or anything else, and they re-signed stipulations in the correct name. That's it. And then 9 to 17 are layovers or withdrawals.
Great, so we have 8 items for SLA1 or SLA2 and 9 through 17 layovers and withdrawals. Would anyone like to call out any of those items to discuss separately? Okay, not seeing any of that. So is there any unwillingness, or is there any other general discussion or any unwillingness to vote on SLA 2, items 1 through 8, and then layovers and withdrawals 9 through 17? Okay, seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? Recusals? Those pass. So then we will go to, we do have 2 reports without resolutions that are in your packets. You can read those there. And then we'll go to new business, and that will be the last vote, which will be a roll call vote. So, which is?
Okay, so this is from SLA 1, it's Sweet Hospitality Group LLC, 432-434 Lafayette Street. It's an on-premise for a legitimate theater, previously unlicensed. We voted on this last month. It was deny unless with stipulations. It was unanimously approved. The only thing was when I wrote that resolution, I mistakenly put that it was a tavern license instead of an on-premise license. It was evaluated as an on-premise. The notice was an on-premise. The agenda listed it as an on-premise. So it's strictly to correct my resolution so that we have that correct up at the Liquor Authority, and then nobody is sent back again because everything doesn't jive with everything. That's it. Same resolution as last time.
Okay, so we have 1 item. Would anyone like to discuss this item before we vote? Okay, seeing no, I'm assuming there is no unwillingness to vote. You guys will let me know if there is. So with that, I'm going to hand it over to our secretary, Emma Smith, to take this vote.
Thank you so much, Valerie. Okay, folks. Susanna Aaron. Keen Berger. Carter Booth. Katie Bordenaro. Amy Brenna. Rich Cacapolo. Ritu Chatri. Nina Chen.
Yes.
Thank you. Valerie De La Rosa.
Yes.
Chris Dignas. Arturo Fernandez.
Yes.
Mara Fitzgerald. Susan Gammy. DJ Jane. Juliet Kay. Susan Kent. Ryder Kessler. Janine Kiley. Patricia Laria. Janet Liff. Benjamin Listman. Ed Ma. Is that a yes, Ed? Thank you. Paul McDade. Erica Olson. Brian Pape. Donna Raftery. Lois Rakoff. Bo Riccobono. Thank you, Lois. Bo Riccobono. Sean Ryan. Rocio Sands. Thank you. Shirley Secunda. Eddie Siegel. Emma Smith, yes. Dr. Shirley Smith. And yes. I got you. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Dr. Smith, sorry. Chenault Spence?
Yes.
Thanks, Chenault. Sean Sweeney? Susan Wittenberg? Anthony Wong? Eugene Yu? Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any other new business anyone would like to bring up? Otherwise, I will entertain a motion to adjourn. So seeing Janine with the motion to adjourn and Dr. Smith with the second. Thank you, everyone. Happy holidays. Can we stop the
Congrats.
recording?